Hey there, Cosmic Stars. Welcome back to another pick a card reading for today, April 3rd. Hope you guys are doing the best you can with all the craziness with the Mercury retrograde and the eclipses about to happen, the next one coming up on the 8th. Let's go ahead and pick a card and see how you are doing, starting with those of you who've picked card number 1. All right, guys, for those of you who've picked card number 1, you guys are in a position where you're not really wanting to let go of anything right now. You guys are struggling to see kind of the point, right? There's been a lot of change happening, and you guys are not so cool, not so great with change, I'd say. So, because of that, you're finding it harder to let go of any form of energy. You want to hang on to it. You don't want it to move, because if you let go of it, it's going to do what? Well, it's going to change. So I see there's some fear here, there's anxiety, there's worry. You want things to stay the same. But here's the problem, guys. We are not here to keep things exactly the same. We are not here to live in the mundane or allow things to stop growing. That's not why we decided to get into these physical meat suits and ascend to this planet. We decided to be here so that we would keep things moving, that we would keep the energy flowing, that we wouldn't stop moving ahead and growing. And that's the point. We aren't here, to hold on to the past. And I see that's what a lot of you guys in this category are doing. Holding on to the past, holding on to the old way of doing things, just holding on tight, because any form of the past is comfortable, it's familiar, it feels safe. And in that safe feeling, you get to have a sense of control. Ultimately, though, you have to surrender this control, because it isn't actually giving you a purpose. It's not really giving you any control. It's just simply the illusion of control. So there's some tough energy here. We got to understand that, in order to gain control, we have to lose it. How weird is that, right? You end up finding that there's so much more to learn and to understand and to have come into your life when you relinquish the need to hold on to every little thing. I promise you that newness will come in when you decide to let the old stuff go. Okay, guys, and for those of you who picked card number 2, okay, this card just keeps popping up. It is all throughout the decks. They just want to let it known. So I'm gonna be a little bit more vocal about this one. In particular, the 8 of Swords. You guys are in a position of of not wanting to let things go, not because it isn't an option for you, but because you are refusing to. You don't want to see the good that can come from these changes. Instead, you might even be so far into your own delusions of your reality that you completely deny the new reality that is happening all around you at warp speed, it seems like to you, even though it's been happening for some time. And instead, you are fighting tooth and nail to keep those rose-colored glasses on and ignore everything else that's happening. And this is actually causing your own misery, even if you may appear to be fine in this moment. You know that deep down you're not. If you're searching for tarot, you're not totally fine. And if this is the card that you picked, then you're also not totally fine. There is a huge difference in what you're allowing to be fine and what is really happening. There's a lot of, unfortunately, there's a victim mentality here, and allowing yourself to stay stuck. When we allow ourselves to forcibly stay stuck, have no intention of removing the blindfold, we limit our experiences here. And that causes human misery. That causes the despair that we all feel to such an extreme degree that, we end up hating this planet or wanting to leave this planet, and, having depression and mental illness and things like that happening. And then we get really down on ourselves, and then we feel justified for those feelings. Then, oh, we have a reason for why we feel that way. It's because the planet isn't good. It's because, people are bad. It's because this, that, and the other thing. And instead of taking accountability and standing up and examining and reflecting our own situations for what they are, and seeing where we may have let some of the pieces fall, and saying, okay, well, all right, you know what, I'm all right, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna make some changes. I have to. I can't keep going on this way. So this is a big accountability, and the thing is this one is on you. It's up to you. The universe is not going to pull those blindfolds off of you, and that's the life lesson that you are tasked with. You will not learn anything new. Nothing new will change. Nothing new will grow. Not in a real extreme, like solid foundational way, until you decide you want those blindfolds off. So nothing more happens here, guys. Unfortunately, I hate to be so blunt, but if it keeps popping up, I think that there's got to be some more honesty to it, a little bit more sincerity here. It's a tough card, and I've seen it, I think, like 3 or 4 times over the last week. So I know a lot of you guys are really fighting tooth and nail to ignore all the things that you don't want to see, because you don't want to see them, and I get it. All right, guys. And for those of you who picked card number 3, you may be in a position where you're kind of going back and forth between, do I want to stay with them? Am I happy? Do I want to stay with them? And am I happy? And I think if you're in this position, it's not so much about the other person as it is about you. It's about, your own personal happiness, and whether or not you're able to find your own happiness within yourself outside of this other person. This other person, this person that you're with, it may not be the best situation. It may not be the most pristine relationship, but if you are if you do have love there, if there is love there, then that's all you need to know. There isn't anything else you need to argue or fight over. But if this is, something that isn't bringing love, isn't bringing joy, then, that's your answer. Ultimately, though, I see that this is more of a battle within, not really knowing how you feel about you. Therefore, everything else externally is also up for grabs, also up for debate, and that's making you all squirrely and making you really concerned and jumpy. Now is not the time, guys. Really, it's, I wouldn't necessarily say that now is the time to make any big decisions. During Mercury retrograde is not the time to decide that you want to, to end everything and to start everything over and to move away. These are things that, you may want to take some more time on and to really reflect. Is it what you're feeling inside, or is it what you're feeling external? Is this the relationship, or is this you? Are these things about the relationship that you can change, or are they not? Are you adaptable? Are you flexible? And that's a big question to ask just in general. Are you guys being flexible? Are you being flexible enough? Remember, Mercury retrograde, especially during eclipse season, is going to be especially difficult, especially challenging, because it wants to teach us many, many new things as like a rapid fire way of doing it. So it's about how we react and how we respond, and whether or not we have learned the lesson. So if you kind of think about this as, this is test time, and you're a student of life, then you can kind of see this period as, not so challenging, not so difficult, and something that you can get through. Otherwise, you're going to keep feeling stuck, keep feeling trapped, like you got to hold on to everything, and really confused about how you feel. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. It's going to get better. It is just tough right now because it has to be. We have to pull all this crap up so that we can have the good stuff come. That's how it goes. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know which card resonated most with you in the comments below. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.